Coming to you from Keiko Studios, it's The Balcony Show with Ann Thatcher, Bo Summer, Mike Roy, Donna Gallucci, and me, the Mad Cat. We have searched the globe for the best in indie music so you don't have to. So here we go, The Balcony Show.
Friends in faraway places, sent with love and good vibes. Just keep an eye out for just what's coming. It might be a surprise.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Balcony Show. You are listening to your number one source for independent music. Yes. We are cutting through the noise.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. We are.
Cutting.
Because there's a lot of noise out there. Trust me.
There is.
Anyways, we have Ezra Grey on the show today. I think you're going to he's kind of like an alt pop kind of dude. He's got a new album out after all. So you're going to want to listen because we're going to play 3 cuts. But first, I have a Thatch tag. It's another Smooth Criminal. And this one, everybody's got to go to the YouTube video of this. I'm sure if you Google it, but on August 5th last year, Marysville police officer Jones was visiting a drive-through convenience store when the store attendant advised him that the woman in front of him was drunk. So he goes and he pulls her over, and she's sitting in the car, and she's wearing her sunglasses upside down. So he starts to question her if she's been drinking or anything. She's like, no. But you can plainly see that these sunglasses are literally upside down on her face. So he gets her out of the car and he says to her, on a scale of 1 to 10, how intoxicated do you think you are? And she said 11. So yeah,
she's being honest.
Yeah, you know what? I saw the video, and first she was saying no, I wasn't drinking anything. But I'm telling you, when you see her, when he walks up to that car and she's sitting there chilling,
you start laughing your butt off.
Yeah. So anyway, she eventually submitted to a breath test, and the results were incredible. She blew a .34. So girlfriend was bombed.
Oh my God.
But thank God nobody was hurt. And, it's funny now because they got her out of the car and nobody was injured. But I want to tell you something. You got to go.
I love watching those clips and stuff on YouTube and all the drunkards.
But I mean, when she rolled down that window, and you see very clearly that these sunglasses are upside down on her face. Yeah, she's on the list for Smooth Criminals.
Nice.
How much have you had to drink? Nothing, man. I'm good, bro. I drank some water. Maybe some iced tea.
I don't know. Maybe it's a yeah, and you know what?
Yeah. I think it was iced tea. It sat in my car for like a week.
Ew. With apple slices.
Oh man, I can't. You got to give it to her though. At first, she did deny it, but I mean, she was fighting with whoever the attendant was at the convenience store. So not a good move
on her.
Not
fun.
She had it coming. This one,
she had it coming.
Wow.
Anyways, we're going to get things started tonight with a song by Christian Porter, and the name of the song is Somewhere. So take a listen, and we'll be right back.
I want to love, I want to live, I want to be with you to a point where it's like sweet deja vu. Yes, I do, with you. Take me away from a day when I'm without you to a place far away from this crowded view. So I'm just with you. Let's go somewhere we both know, somewhere we can make love slow. Take my scared sometimes when I'm with you. These hands can feel your heartbeat faster. So press your body next to mine. Let's go somewhere we both know, somewhere we can make love slow. Take my hand, let's go. Hey, why don't we go somewhere only we know, somewhere only we know. Whoa, hey, why don't we go somewhere only we know, somewhere only we know. Whoa. Hey, why don't we go somewhere? Hey, why don't we go somewhere only we know, somewhere only we know. Whoa, hey, why don't we go somewhere only we know, somewhere only we know.
Hey, folks, welcome back to The Balcony Show. Right now, we have the first song from tonight's interview with Ezra Grey. The song is called Into the Sun. Give it a listen. When you come back, we're going to have Ezra on the line.
Floating off again into the sun. These January waters won't slow for anyone. I'll carry you off around the bend and to let you go. I never could stand it. These days last forever, but still how few they show. After this ends, you never speak to me again, again. These moments will last for everyone.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Balcony Show. And we're very excited because we have the one and only Ezra Grey on the show. He is a Brazilian-American singer-songwriter and guitarist. And wow. He is really, his tunage, you're going to love it. I guarantee it. So you started out with jazz roots and now you're back to the pop scene. Classical and jazz trained, and here you are back at the pop scene. How did that happen, Ezra?
Yeah, so at first I started with heavy metal music when I got into playing guitar. It was something that intrigued me a lot as far as the genre goes, just because of how involved guitar parts tend to be in heavy metal music. And I kept down that road for a long time, but I was always interested in other genres. First started getting involved with classical music and jazz. And I started touring with some bands, metal bands, and also with playing bass in hip hop groups. But I always enjoyed, writing my own music on the side. But I sort of had a little bit of an identity crisis. Not necessarily a crisis. It was kind of a good problem in that I wrote a lot of different genres of music and I couldn't necessarily settle on anything. And I sort of shied away from the guitar when it came to my own writing because I was doing so much guitar playing, with the bands I was in. And then, in the last 2 years when I decided to kind of give it a formal shot of putting my own music out, it just felt natural to come back to guitar. But I wanted to create guitar-based music that was still accessible to a wide audience, because I've always felt that, music doesn't necessarily need to be inherently, you're trying to go over people's heads in any way. And I found certain artists like, Peter Gabriel or like Dave Matthews Band did a great job of having very complex music that was still pop accessible.
So that brings us to the first song tonight, Into the Sun. How did you create this, and how do you create? Does a melody come to you? Do you dream it? Because I've actually had an artist said that they actually dream their songs and then they wake up and write them. So how does this happen for you?
Yeah, so, well, interestingly enough, one of the songs off the album, Bliss, actually was the result of a dream, and I can talk about that one when we get to it. But Into the Sun is sort of unique on the album in terms of its origin, in that not only is it the oldest, but I was also a very different person when I wrote it. I'm 31 now, and I was 15 when I wrote Into the Sun.
Oh, wow.
So
that's quite a stretch.
It's quite old compared to
and a lot happens between there. I mean, you get kicked around a little bit, but between those ages, for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. There was a fair amount of kicking and shoving and whatnot. That one, it's the oldest song I have that I think is, at least as far as I can remember, maybe there are a couple that are older or as old that are as good, but it's the oldest one that I remember still kind of holding up. And I wrote that one as a result of, in freshman year of high school, my high school did this sort of team building trip that they sent the whole freshman class on called Outward Bound. And we were in Florida, and so they would send us out to the Everglades. Florida Everglades is basically a big swamp.
I don't know about that.
Why not much over there? Like what?
with raw chicken and nuts? I mean, really?
I don't remember what we ate. I think it was. It wasn't
gator bait. Is that what you're saying?
That's what they did. They would have us do that.
I'm sorry.
No, it is pretty funny. You can imagine what it must have been like.
Unfortunately, Ezra, from now on, I will forever remember you as gator bait.
Fair enough.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's just crazy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I had a great time on the trip, to be honest with you.
Sure.
Not a lot of other people did. A lot of people were very miserable on it because we're in the swamp. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm like a particularly outdoorsy person, but it was. But I found it to be a pretty good time.
So the next song. So moving on, the next song that we have for our listeners to hear tonight is "Bliss," and I really like "Bliss."
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about "Bliss."
Yeah, so this one actually, it was a result of a dream. And I only have 2 songs that I ever recall writing that were the result of dreams. This was the latest one second latest one rather. There's one other one that will be on a future album. I'd had this dream that was sort of like a fictionalized dream retelling of this like sort of brief relationship I'd had that well, it was brief, but it was sort of dragged out over the course of a few years. But it was the kind of situation where I don't know if you've had any of these recently or just remember the past where maybe you had a relationship or something that had bothered you for a while and that was emotionally impactful and sort of like in either a negative or positive way or whatever, but something that just had plagued you for a while and you're totally good. You've been over it. And then you have a dream about it. And then you wake up and it's like, it's brand new and it's fresh and it's annoying as hell. And I was like, oh, come on, man. Cause like I wake up and it's just, not ideal. But I realized like pretty quickly, I was like, okay, I'm just going to write about this and try and excise it as quickly as possible.
What a great idea. Everybody should find their bliss, right?
Yeah. I mean, it works because I typically will write in order to try and get rid of negative emotions or emotions that are plaguing me. And so that's what I did with that one.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break here and we're going to let everybody hear the song Bliss by Ezra Grey. You're going to want this, I guarantee it. So take a listen and we'll be right back with Ezra on the phone.
Yesterday you conjure us to foreign state. This bliss consumes me. Nothing's real about the place. I saw you and your brother and he told me a secret you keep a while. You hide in your helplessness. Why didn't you tell me? I know you love me still. I pretend to stay asleep, lying on the couch as you come in and sit beside me. I don't mean to cause you pain, I don't want to bring you suffering. It's just that I know what I need. I want you, but I know now that nothing good can come of this. And I love you still, and I want for you a perfect life and bliss. But I don't care about you. I don't care about you anymore. I'll make you believe, so it's easier to hate me.
Hey, folks, welcome back to The Balcony Show. We have Ezra Grey on the line. That was the song Bliss. So, Ezra, this is the part where I ask my bone stock questions of first, let our listeners know where they can find and get all your music that they want to follow, your website and stuff like that. Also, do you have any plans on playing out? You got any tours that you're going to be doing anytime soon?
Yeah, so for the first part, my website is ezra-gray.com. It's Gray with an E. The best place to follow me in general on socials is on Instagram. It's where I'm most active. Seems to be the most active platform in general, so I try to be most active there. As far as shows go, I have a live band that's been put together. I've done a couple solo outings, just myself. Have yet to play with a live band because I work in the wedding music industry, and it was a very, very busy wedding season. So it was very difficult for me to schedule anything outside of it because I'm always working at night. But I have a big break coming up now, and so I'm hoping to finally get the show on the road, literally.
And the final song, I do want to ask you one question, though, because you are a Brazilian American. Is there some influences in your music from your Brazilian culture? Do you draw from that at all, or no? Yeah,
definitely. In this particular music that I have, it's not super prevalent. But where it does keep its head a bit is at times where I might have certain chord voicings that are jazz inspired. And I mean, it's not something I've thought about much in terms of with Brazilian influence in this. There are future songs that have sort of a slant that way. One in particular that has a very bossa nova style feel to it, but still in sort of like a pop rock.
That's cool.
Focus, but not as much on this album, I guess, is the concise answer.
All right. So, Yael, I clarify that for me. Did I say that right, Yael?
Yep, that's good.
Okay. So, Yael, what does Yael mean?
It's a name.
It's just
it's a woman's name.
Oh, okay. Because I thought that was the name of a deity too, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's a couple of close iterations, but not necessarily that close.
See, I'm all the way down the pipe. But obviously, Yael, if it is a woman, was it written specifically about somebody or?
Yes, very specifically. It was, so it's a girl I only met one time. Sometimes you'll write songs that are like actually really, really like emotionally impactful to you.
Right.
This was just like a woman I met at the synagogue one Saturday, and she was like this very metal looking girl, with like tattoos, but she had like this long black dress that was like super cool. And you know, I used to rock like an eyebrow piercing and like gauge earrings. So I was just like, okay, this is interesting because I'm like at this religious event, but like this girl is like, I feel like she's right up my alley. And
so you put the moves on her? Did you put the moves on her, Ezra?
I didn't. It didn't seem like the place and time, but I was hoping to run into her. I mean, knowing that, I think the lyrics will make more sense. I mean, it's pretty straightforward regardless. But,
so Yael, if you're out there, you know, I don't know if you're still single, Ezra, you know, hey, you never know.
Who knows? Yeah, never got her number. I have no idea where she is.
See, you can, well, here, we're a show of, you know, many services and dating. we're always trying to hook the Madcat up. Much to his chagrin, I might say. All right. Well, listen, I want to thank you for spending some time with us here. I can't wait to hear what you got coming down the pike. Stay in touch with us because we love to play your new music as it comes down. And again, I want to thank you for spending some time with us here on the show. That's all I got. Any final shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, just I'm glad that the album's out now. It's been a while coming, and I already have the next 2 albums recorded pretty much. So there's no shortage of material.
Wow.
And tell everybody the name of that album.
Oh yeah, I should know the name of it. This one's called After All. I haven't named the next one.
I don't
This
know.
album is called After All. It's out now. It's out everywhere. You can get music digitally. I don't have physical copies, but if it does well enough, I'll get to them.
So you're going to want After All. You're going to want After All. I guarantee you. This is just, to me, this is music that you can sit and listen to on in your car or while you're driving or chilling in an afternoon, having a little wine. It's real chill. I really like it.
Thank you so much.
Easy to listen to, Ezra. So, all right. With that, everybody take a listen to Yael by Ezra Grey, and we'll be right back.
I see you nowhere. Still I dream of you by day. You hide your ring beneath a long black dress that the colors contain. Where do you go on a sunny day? 'Cause I'm going where do you hide on a rainy day? 'Cause I want you so bad. Yeah, you held your lips tight behind smiling eyes. Yeah, I keep on dreaming that one day I'll see you. Where do you go on a sunny day? 'Cause I'm going nowhere. Where do you hide on a rainy day? 'Cause I want you so bad. Still I dream of you by day. Where do you go on a sunny day? 'Cause I'm going nowhere. Where do you hide on a rainy day? 'Cause I want you so bad. Still I dream of you by day. Your ginger hair still lingers in my head. The colors retain.
Madcat Madtrax. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Madcats Madtrax. Right now, we have the song Author by Brad Kleinschmidt. He's a Reverb Nation selectee. Give it a listen. Here we go.
This is the sound of my voice, a scratching pen to paper. chances before you die. Who's the author? So many stories, so little time. The truth is somewhere between the lines. A crippled lives and stupid rhyme. The truth is what you believe in. So many shades we tell each other. Waiting for someone to hear. What happens when you try to save some face? But you're the only one standing there. So many lies, so many stories. I've chosen to believe. What happens when you finally take that chance? And that someone decides to leave. Decides to leave. Decide to leave, yeah. This is the sound of my voice, scratching pen to paper. Things are said and brought up later, if you care to listen.
And now it's time for Indie Radar with Bo Summer.
Spotify apparently has some very specific mechanisms in place to detect suspicious activity related to fraudulent streaming activity. And I know in the beginning when Spotify, everybody's jumping on the bandwagon and trying to get their streams up because they thought, oh, I'm releasing a song and if I get enough streams, I'll get signed and blah, blah, blah. We all know that's not true. But people are still, I guess, paying apps or bots or whatever, and they're trying to increase their numbers because any kind of attention that maybe an artist might get, one of the first things, especially with the label, they're like, oh, how are your streams? How's your YouTube audience? How's your... So anyway, and I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's been artists that are kind of like buzzing around on different platforms saying that their numbers have dropped, their listenership or whatever, and some significant, some not. But apparently it's probably due to this Spotify team that is looking out for suspicious activity. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. But anyway, so just wanted to point that out. So don't be naughty. You know, what's going to bring you success is organic growth. And I've been saying that too for years and years, like organic growth. And sometimes you can't, of course you want to think big, but sometimes think maybe a little bit smaller and get to know who your fans and audience are before you start freaking out over, oh my God, I need to go viral on Spotify and I need all these. The thing of it
is that the numbers, listen, if you don't have music good enough that's going to pull the numbers, then you need to take a look at what you're doing, number one.
Yeah.
And if you're not pulling any numbers, then you need to think about why you're not pulling any numbers. I mean, I'm sure there's 1,000,001 reasons, but you cannot scapegoat. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't think for 1 second when I go and listen to a song and it sounds like something that should never even be called music, and there's 50,000 followers that I can't figure out what's going on, you know, and you can't ever get that. You can't unring a bell.
Right.
So I know you now as that's a cheat.
Yeah, that's
you know
a cheat.
What I mean?
But also, legitimately, there are some artists, like there was something that I was reading, an artist had somehow was added to a Spotify playlist, and all of a sudden their numbers jumped like crazy. And they're innocently thinking like, wow, my music is getting heard. And, because there's just so many avenues to get to music in this day and age. And then next thing you know, their numbers are dropping and they're wondering why. Well, it's probably because this team is hired to specifically look for things like that. So you also don't want your numbers jumping up and down and being so erratic that it doesn't validate anything that you're doing. So be honest and stop being naughty.
There you go.
Behave, baby.
That's it. Not all the time, but whatever.
Yeah.
Need that sound clip.
Yeah.
I'd like to remind you that the Balcony Show is proudly produced right here at Keiko Studios in Penn Argyl, Pennsylvania. Check them out for all your musical production needs at keikostudio.com.
Keiko Studios. In a world full of chaos and a world full of dreams, we have What's Trending with Mike Roy.
Hey everybody, I'm back for another edition here of What's Trending with Mike Roy, and what we're going to talk about today here at the round table. Not really a round table, but
the rectangle table.
Yeah. But
your idea of round and mine is different, I gotta say.
Everybody's got a different table they're at in this large room. We're going to discuss today, and I'd like to get everybody's opinion on this. Since the demise of a lot of how some of us older folk grew up with music videos, with MTV and such, are music videos still viable today in order for a band to make a huge impact? And I've been inundated with a lot of my friends in bands, and we've discussed this in bars and gone around, and I'm pretty sure Bo here has probably touched on that in her segment as well, Indie Radar. But I don't know, I just like to bring that up again because I'm gearing up to do another music video, and
yes,
I have people on both sides like why and why not.
People want to see.
Oh, I think people want to see.
I agree.
Sure, I love the videos.
I think it's still a very viable thing.
Yes. Think, what do you do all day on your phone?
Yeah, you're just watching videos, watching segments, watching shorts.
You're probably
reels.
watching moving information more so than like static pictures.
Reading, right.
Go for it. Your videos are always awesome anyway.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
And if they weren't still relevant, MTV, even though they've fallen so far off the track, they would have done away with the MTV Music Video Awards a long time ago. They still have them. They still do them.
That's true. That's true.
You know, it just moved to a different medium, be it YouTube or TikTok or.
Now people just pull them up whenever they want.
You know,
I'm so off the loop with. I did not know they still did the. Music awards.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
Who's on it?
Everybody, Taylor Swift, everybody.
Oh, so it's all.
No, they have all different categories on MTV.
Yeah, they all still make the videos and stuff. They're out there on YouTube. You can find them.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah.
But you know what? You never know. That's the thing. It's kind of like with Instagram or any of your medias. I would always say put it up there because you never know.
Well,
You just some of your videos are really cool. Roy and the Secret People, go check out their YouTube channel because you're.
Look at one of our former guests, Jamie Ramsden. You know, I mean,
oh wow,
he put up that video, on Favor the Bold and that's a full start to finish music video. He put that out there.
2 million hits now.
Yeah, my God, yeah. So it took off. That's where he built his online notoriety. I mean, it was just.
But it was on Facebook, no less. Out of all the ones you would think, and I will say that this is just a tip that I've seen, that sometimes it's good to start things out on Facebook because you get it in that.
It comes up in the suggestions. That's how it always worked for me because whenever I'd be searching independent music, this would come into my suggestion. You like this, so you might like this.
So you will like that.
And it just kept coming up. So one day I was finally like, all right, I'll
don't knock the videos down. Yeah, no, you got to do it.
They're awesome.
I love music videos.
But you know what? People don't click on things though. With the Facebook, you can actually upload your video to Facebook, so it comes through the reels, and that's how I found. I saw Jamie's stuff too. I didn't have to click to go to YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was there, and it had and so it caught on, and people started sharing it just like you would a TikTok or some other media. Now he's moved since You know what I mean? Like the video is no longer, I don't think it's ever no longer on Facebook. I think it's now on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, it doesn't come up through our suggestions. I'm sure if you sat there and actually went through a search on Facebook for it, it would pop up. But
sometimes they take them down
but
and
for the most part,
to...
it's all, because his other stuff had moved into that medium. The campaign in which he was using to fund the album, all that started coming up through the suggestions. He's really manipulated that thing in his favor.
But even his latest lyric video was up on Facebook. You could see the video. You didn't have to click and wait till you got through the commercials. If you don't have, you know what I mean? Like people don't spend the time. They just don't. They want, because everything is so on demand. You know what? I would say, I know.
People got the attention span of gnats now, so it's,
it's still relevant.
Yep.
It's very relevant. Yeah. Absolutely. But I would say as a tip, load it on, especially if you don't have tons of YouTube viewers. Start out, get it on Facebook, get it known, and then you can migrate your, you know what I mean, with your next video and stuff like that. But you've got to get people engaged. Yep. And it's it's we've been talking about this, just ways, organically, non-organically. Yep. But I told an artist by the name of Guy Paul, I told him the same thing. I said, dude, you got to put it up on Facebook. Just try it. Yeah. So his videos on YouTube were pulling, 2,000-3,000. The first video he put up on just Facebook hit 20,000 views. So he was like, wow. And then the next one hit like 30 or 40,000. Now he's pretty prolific. He was doing a lot of songs back to back. I think you have to migrate your people to your YouTube channel, but I think it's a good tool. Just saying. Yeah.
And that is another edition of Trending with Mike Roy.
It's time for the Spotlight portion of our show, where we showcase new singles from returning guests. And your host is Donna freaking Gallucci. Oh, Donna freaking Gallucci.
There he is, back from Texas.
Texas or Brooklyn, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess that would be Donna freaking Gallucci then.
So welcome to Spotlight, and we have a great new track from Colm O'Mahony and the Hot Touches.
Love
awesome
this
song,
guy.
Damage. What a great song. They were on our show not too long ago. Well, a couple years ago, I think 2021.
But you know what? I gotta say, shout out to Colm, because he shares all of our stuff.
Yes, he does. What a great.
He's just been amazing
media.
As far as support for this show.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Thank you, Colm.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Colm. He has a great Facebook page. He always shares our stuff, and he's always keeping everyone up to date on what he's doing. So it's setting a good example for other bands. And
very good.
For sure. Just want to let everyone know their self-titled debut album from 2020 will be re-released this year. So everyone look for that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep. Go to www.thehottouches.com for all the latest information. And there's a really cool video that goes along with this song. So go over to YouTube and check that out. Some great guitar work on this one. I really love Colm's voice, and I really think everyone's going to love it too. So please check it out. Damage by Colm O'Mahony and the Hot Touches.
River, flood from the banks of the mistakes that we've made. Oh, mistakes we've made. Damage done. It's too late. The deluge is on its way. Oh, the deluge is on its way. And it's coming in over against now. No last line of defense now. It's coming in over against sick of everything. Who knew he would blow everything away? Whoa, blow everything away. Winds are getting strong now. No last line of defense now. The winds are getting strong now. The damage is done. It's coming in over our heads now. No last line of defense now. The winds are getting strong now. The damage is done. It's coming in over our heads now. No last line of defense now. The winds are getting strong now. The damage is done.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Balcony Show. And we've come to the end of another great show. Ezra Grey, go out, get his music. Go to his website, watch for his tour dates. He's going to be on the road, a couple places.
Brooklyn, Jersey.
Yeah, you
What
want
do you
to.
say?
I would say
New
you want to
York.
go see him live
New York,
because
yeah.
he really is super talented. So I'm sure his live shows are great. And thank you to him for spending some time with us on the show. I'd like to remind you, you can now submit your music through Songdo. We are on a platform in India, and it goes through 110 countries, including the United States. So go hit up Songdo and check out all their opportunities for artists. It is free to all of you artists out there. So go hit Songdo.
How do you spell?
Do it.
SONGDW, Songdo.
Do it on the do.
Anybody else got anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, crickets.
Oh no, nothing.
On that note, that's the worst cricket I've ever heard in my time. And we're going to end things tonight with the song "Coming Home to You" from Totten Bridge.
Hard times, land my heights, wasted is real.